Hey everyone, so I'm going to be reviewing the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Um, I can't remember exactly how much it costs, but I will put all links and prices either in the description box or in my blog. So firstly, about this foundation. Um, it prides itself on containing no waxes and no fillers. It's a gel foundation, so it goes on really light, but it does have a light to buildable medium coverage. Um, it comes in a glass bottle, and it has a pump as well. The packaging is lovely, I can't fault that at all. Though you need to be careful with the pump because quite a lot comes out in one go. The foundation initially comes out quite very watery feeling, but once you've buffed it in, I use a kabuki brush. Once I've buffed that in, um, it does give you the coverage and it feels really light on your skin, which is great. I hate when foundations feel really heavy. Um, Going on to what I found about this foundation while I was using it, it does oxidize throughout the whole day. Granted, for me, it only oxidized slightly throughout the whole day and it really didn't bother me too much. I'm about an NC25 and I've got this in 210 Sandy Beige, and it only really oxidized um, slightly on me. But I'm between an NC25 and NC27, so I can get away with this oxidizing a bit because um, my skin sort of is between those two. But anyone with pale skin, you need to be careful because I know when foundation oxidizes, it can look more obvious on someone with pale skin. Um, so you might want to try a shade lighter for that. Um, Another thing about this foundation is that I think because it has no fillers or no waxes, etc., there's not much for your skin to grip onto. So this foundation sits literally on the surface of your skin, so it transfers really, really easily. So another thing you have to be cautious about with this foundation. Um, I have oily combination skin, leaning more towards the normal side than to the oilier side, just because of the weather changing now, and with the heating on, with the cold weather outside, my skin isn't as oily, even though I still get it on my T-zone and chin. And I found that this foundation is okay for my skin type. I do use primer and powder on top, and with that I can get this foundation to last the full day, barring if I don't touch my skin or pulling jumpers on and off, etc. Because like I said, it does transfer like crazy. But barring all that, I can get this foundation to last the full day on my skin. I wouldn't recommend this for someone with really oily skin. I just don't really think this is going to work for someone with really oily skin. If I have to use primer and powder to just get it to stay. But other than that, the foundation doesn't separate on my oily zones or anything like that. It doesn't slide. I personally haven't found that this foundation disappears after a couple of hours. I have checked out a few other reviews on this before buying it, and some people have said it doesn't last, the foundation disappears, etc. But I personally haven't found that's happened. Um, it gives a slightly powdery finished look. It's not really obvious. You have to go right against the mirror to see it. So, but because of that reason, I don't think I'd recommend this for someone with dry skin either, because for me, The slightly powdery look isn't too much of a problem. When my oils come through throughout the whole day, that sort of counteracts that look. But for someone with dry skin, you're not going to want that powdery finish. It's just not going to be a good look for winter. You're going to want something um, that's more luminous, I think. So I wouldn't recommend this for people with dry skin either. Perfect for someone with normal skin, leaning towards the oilier side like me. This foundation is actually pretty good. Um, the only thing that I do fault it on is the slight oxidation and the transfer. But other than that, I have been using this for about 3 weeks to a month now, and I'm still using it. Um, the transfer thing hasn't bothered me. It's just made me more cautious to not touch my face or anything like that, which I guess is always a good thing. Um, but yeah, the shadings are good. They do have quite a lot of shades, and they've got this thing in store where they help you. They have a chart where they help you try and find your perfect shade, etc. So that's sort of a nice novelty thing for them to do. But yeah, I personally think this foundation is okay. It's not the best. It's average for a drugstore foundation, obviously marked down because of the ridiculous transfer that this foundation has. So yeah, that's my view on this foundation. I hope you found this review somewhat informative. I know I sort of rambled on a bit, but it's one of those videos that I didn't prepare for. Um, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, then feel free to message me, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.